All right. This is Meta Marvin, aka Funding CEO, Funding Credit, um, Managing Partner for Paradigm Financial Consultants, and also the founder for Wisdom Foundation. This is I guess, a podcast. Started off as a conference call. Um, I just really wanted to get a little bit more intimate with the people that, definitely servicing and people that wants to know a little bit more about what I do and how we can get things done. Um, and actually just really want to pour into people so they can understand and, I guess just to take the fear out of really stepping into really what they want to do in life. Um, People that maybe want to understand a little bit more clearer on what's their next move or how they can do it. A lot of those things goes into what we do here at Funding Credit. And, of course, over years and years and years of answering the same questions and so on and so on, I just sort of I felt compelled to say, okay, hey, I really need to come out and just, do something, on a weekly basis just to sort of highlight some things that maybe people are questioning or pondering or whatever. So this is me, man. I love love helping people. I started this funding credit off in 2015 with, of course, the whole mindset of wanting to learn more about credit and get more experience. Wanted to get more experience in the world of credit, and but working from being a part of an ownership of a couple multi-million dollar companies and sort of head of shares and being able to be at the tables in hindsight with people that think big. I look back now and I'm great that I was humble enough to go and learn it from ground up, but I quickly learned real soon with my mindset that I wasn't going to stop there. And of course, everybody that's doing a great job out there, that's cleaning people credit, credit restoration, credit whatever. Salute to all you guys. But for me personally, just my story, I had to take it to the next level because from what I understand and what I know and my temperament and the people that I've always surrounded myself around with is, entrepreneurs, we solve problems, quote unquote, like a fireman, we put fires out, and if you want to make the big money and you want to understand really in the big hindsight and see the big picture, you got to know really what's going on behind the scenes. So, first and foremost, of course, this is what makes funding credit different. I sort of go into this because I never know who might be the first time that comes on here, and they might need to hear this. So other people that hear me every week, just hang tight. I'm definitely going to get into what we're talking about today. But it's financial health, by the way. That's the name of the topic for today. Just financial health, what we need, and what we need to really engage in with, guys. And again, I don't want to get off of where I'm going with this, but it doesn't matter. I deal with people that landscapers. I deal with people that that has high level commercial cleaning businesses. I have people that that even come to me that that's in doctors. I mean, all different types of ways of life, different career sets comes to me all the time, and I treat everybody the same because everybody has a different situation. And so with that, it's pretty much it came into a one-stop shop. So one, okay, what do we do? Of course, we do credit repair, credit restoration. A lot of people talk about it and say give it to different definitions, but it's almost about the same. But I would just tell I'm gonna jump into this for a minute. I'm gonna jump off. The difference with us is, and I'm gonna tell you from the way I look at it and the way I run my business, we people do credit repair and they do dispute letters. We don't do dispute letters. We do demand letters. Okay. The difference between dispute and demand is, put it this way: when you're disputing, when you're being argumentative with someone, right? You're going back and forth, right? But when you're right, you're almost more into a demand. Like, okay, if you don't, okay, well then what's going to happen next, right? So it ain't too much back and forth. So we deal with the more of the legalities of credit. Okay. So when we see things on your credit, yeah, of course we know you didn't pay them back. We know it's a lot of things, and I'm not trying to take the integrity out of it because we're on your behalf. We're your attorney, right? But we look at it from, okay, well, what about what the Equifax? Well, did Equifax say he had 30-day late, 60-day late? Did TransUnion have the same thing on there? Well, if they don't have the same thing and they're not reporting on the same days of being late, then you got to take it both off, right? A lot of people don't know those things. Another thing, um, um, the Oscar system. Okay, what it is a more of a digital software that the credit bureaus do. I mean, obviously, guys, sometimes I like to just be real practical with people. If you have millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people doing credit and getting their credit cleaned every day, do you actually think there's a human being looking at you guys' credit reports? Let me just let you think about that. Okay, so now, all right, so eOscar is a software. Actually, it's really was implemented with Equifax and it's on a lot of the other credit bureaus. Basically, what it is when you send your letters in, they run it through an eOscar system, and what they do, it's really more of a preventive maintenance against what you put on the letters for you to find, for them to say, oh, the picture's not right. Oh, she didn't go over this clause. Oh, Fair Credit Act. Oh, but you didn't say this. Basically, what it is almost them defending themselves so they don't have to take it off, right? Because, right, they get paid more because they bought your information to keep it on there, right? So that's a whole nother thing. But at the end of the day, the way we write our letters is that it's almost in a way that it can't be ran through an eOscar system because, one, we look at the actual paper that we use, the way that we mail the letters. It's a lot of different tricks and things, guys, that sort of chop off a lot of the fat and time, uh, you know, through a credit process. It's just a lot of things that people don't know, right? So actually what we do is we go in and we get into more of a demanding modality when it comes to this thing. So we're getting a little bit more aggressive. Our verbiage on our letters are very, it's almost what most people send out on the first round. We send it on the third round. We send it out on the first round. We got to get our people cleaned up, right? Okay. So with that being said, we do demand letters. Okay. We deal with a lot of different other bureaus. Some people think there's only 3 bureaus. No. There's almost probably maybe close to 15 other bureaus, but we delicately deal with at least 3 or 4 other ones, right? Okay, so with that being said, there's a lot of different ways that we can see that things are verified. So, and I'm sticking with credit because I want you guys to understand where I'm going with this, right? Because this is where the rubber hits the road, right? If your credit's not good and we can't clean your credit, and how can we get to the bigger things, right? So I just want to get a little bit, I don't really talk about credit that much because it's something that I've done. It's something that I've taught. But, I just want you guys to know that when you're sending things to us, that it will get taken care of because if I know it, so you can almost imagine the people that's working for me that's experts, what they know, right? Okay. So based on that, okay, verification. If I said, hey, that guy over there, I can verify that guy over there stole that sneaker bar out of the store. So that means actually I have to be talking about someone else. I have to be talking to the cop to say I can verify, like it's got to be a third party, right? You know what I'm saying? So based on that, that means that when Equifax says we verified this information and this is you, we're not taking it off. Okay, so basically what they're saying is they went to another system, right? They checked into another system. They seen that was your address. That was actually you. They sent it back. Nope, we're not taking it off. So actually, they're going somewhere else to get your information. Those are the systems that we deal with. Okay? Those are the systems that we deal with because your information is in a lot of different areas, guys. I tell people all the time, this digital area, this data mining era right now, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. I mean, it's already happening, but I mean, come on, man. It's in the next year or so, the cops will be pulling you over and they'll know who you are before they get out the car. Period. They'll know everything about you. You know what I mean? So the thing about it is we have to understand that this data and what they're telling us and what they can tell us and what we accept is two different things. So you have to deal with someone like me. Sometimes, oh, Marvin, you're a conspiracy theorist. You're too deep. Well, you need someone like me. You would rather go to bat with somebody like me because I'm the one that knows all the gray areas and we know what to look for, right? It's like if you got an attorney. The attorney don't really know what he's doing. He's not connected and he really doesn't know how to go in the courtroom and really roll with the punches and know how to talk. You know, you could be going up the creek for a few years, right? So with that being said, that's credit almost in a nutshell. It's so much more. I can go on and on. I am coming out with an ebook about meta funding. Meta funding is, of course, I'm going to talk about funding, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But at the end of the day, I'm going to get a little bit more in the rabbit hole about a lot of credit repair and a lot of different ways that we go about it. And hopefully you guys can get with that and, read it up. You can listen to me, but I'd love for you guys to share this stuff and definitely get it to your kids, man. You have your kids come on Thursday. Just take a 30 minutes and take a little journey with Meta Marvin and learn something. Everybody, guys, everybody likes to have a good time. But when it comes down to your money, it ain't that's what you work for. Well, I'm talking about money too. I'm just talking about it from another form. I'm talking about long money. I'm talking about credit. I'm talking about stability. I'm talking about you don't need no money when you got this, right? So this is what we're talking about, guys. We're talking about familiarizing ourselves so we can be able to have a different level, a different plethora, and a different mindset when it comes to what we can do out here via as just people in general, entrepreneurs, parents, whatever, So with that being said, second service that I want to get to. Now, this is financial health, guys. I'm just keeping it simplistic, but I'm going to keep it in the realm of what my business does. Okay. Now, say you come to me and you say, "Hey, Marvin, guess what? I'm about to apply for this home, but you know what? I really need my credit, my interest rates to really be lower." I mean, come on, guys. Most people, when you're looking for a home, you're going to be there for 30 years. You're signing a contract for a 30-year mortgage. Usually, a mortgage is the biggest bill that's in the house, right? That's the biggest bill, right? House payment, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, $2,000, whatever. Most bills are not that high. So you really need to know what you're doing before you get into a house or going into a house, right? Credit plays a big part of that. So basically what we do, and people come to us all the time and say, okay, Marvin, what we need to do is, I've talked to, either a loan mortgage officer or whatever the case may be, and they're telling me I need to get my credit up there. Okay, this is what we can do. These are called trade lines. Some people call it piggybacking. Some people call it authorized users. So with that being said, people come to me. Now, you see it all the time now. It's more commercial now. You see Equifax talking about credit boosts. You hear people, you hear about credit boosts, getting your credit up. So basically what it is, guys, is that people have been doing it for a long time, right? Say if you got a rich uncle, right? Just always give this example. If you have a rich uncle, right? And he's got excellent credit, always pays his bills on time, always pays all his credit cards on time. So say if you don't have any credit or you got messed up credit, and say Uncle Johnny over here says, "Hey, you know what? Hey man, you've been doing real good. You know what? I'm going to put you on my American Express card." So what's going to happen is Johnny over here, Uncle Johnny, that's been having this credit card for 6, 7, 8, 10, 15 years, he's going to put you on his card as an authorized user, right? Basically just putting your name on the card. He's attaching your name on the card. Not necessarily, you can't use the card now, but he's going to put your name on the card. So what happens with that data is your data becomes his data. So now his credit becomes your credit. Your credit goes up the sky because now you've pulled off all the leverage of what he's been doing for years, and it goes to your credit. Piggybacking. Nice little trick, happens all the time. But guess what? There's an industry for that now, and I'm in the middle of it. So this is what it is. I have thousands of trade lines, okay? And while people come to me, because one, my trade lines, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it one time, my trade lines are insured, okay? When I say insured is that you come to me, it's not, I hear nightmares all the time. I talk to people people all over the country. That's why I have brokers sending me thousands of dollars every week. Hey man, Marvin, I need this, I need 10, I need 15, because they know my stuff is insured. I pay a lot for that. So this is what happened. A lot of people have ordered trade lines from other people and it never happens, or it never shows up on their credit. If that does happen with me, I can assure you that I can have something on the card with the same value or the same thing within a day or two. Just replace it. No more money out of pocket. Done deal. It's done. Okay. So trade lines is something that, what in hindsight, guys, just to make a shorter version of what I'm trying to say is, I can get your credit score to go up 30, 40, 50 points within 10 days. That's pretty much that's pretty much what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So that's what we call credit enhancement. Okay. And we have all different types. We have people that might need to put rental history. We have people that might need some revolving credit. Revolving credit is credit cards, right? Those are revolving credit lines, right? Because you can use them, you can pay them down. Those revolving credit lines. Usually with a good diverse profile, you at least need about 3 good revolving credit lines on there. We can add those things on there. Now, again, I want to say this. When you do that route with me buying trade lines, are they yours forever? Revolving trade lines? Yes. No. Because the revolving trade lines that you're getting, this is a market. You're using someone else's trade lines. They're letting you use that, right? So what I have is thousands of 800 credit score people that are letting you use their credit card for 35, 40 days, and then they take you off unless you pay for an extension. Those are temporary. But I do have primary trade lines that can go in your name, right? And we can put those on there. And those actually are fairly cheaper, but they're on there actually for the rest of your life, as long as you do right, Bob. But what these do, these are just, I call them Band-Aids. What it is just, if you want to get that car, you want to get that apartment, okay, well, let's put them on there, right? Now you got your apartment, you got your car, they come off, but you're good. You got your car and you got your house, right? Now I'm putting, then after that, you got your own trade lines. See how that works? So it's just as easy as that, guys. It's just familiarizing yourself with the game, understanding how this thing goes. And the more you learn, the more you'll be more comfortable. And what I love to do, guys, is take the fear out of things. Okay? Because that's really what's holding everybody back. Fear. Not wanting to step into it and thinking that everything is, and believe me, guys, I understand it is. It's a lot of scam, a lot of people out here doing a bunch of crazy stuff, but there are people out here that's doing right about people, and they're putting you in the right positions and getting people funded. And so this is what we're going to get to. So credit restoration, we do demand letters. Enhancement programs, we do have trade lines. Okay. We can get your credit go up. Hit me up, let me know about it. 980-892-1823. Go to the Funding Credit on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Come holler at me about the trade lines. People are loving it. People are not being able to get the SBA funding and all this stuff with the government. I've been able to help, I don't know, probably maybe 30, 40 people in the last couple of weeks with that stuff. They come back and now they can apply and they go get the money. Okay. So now this is the drum roll. This is it. This is where I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of being able to really get myself and get my feet wet into this part of the business model. And this is what I pride myself. Funding. Okay. So what happens is funding is very simple, guys. You can do it. You get good credit, right? You got a 720 credit score, right? Can't you just go online and apply for a card, right? You can do it. People do it all the time. Hey, man, I got a credit card in the mail, or someone, they even try to mail them to you, But the thing is, guys, this is the thing. When you start trying to build legacies and you want to try to build something, you want to do it right. Don't you want to go to an expert to make sure that you're doing it? See, you can get funding, but did you get the right product? Did you get the right credit card, right? You see what I'm saying? Did you get a personal credit card when you should have got a business credit card? Or did you get a hybrid model with low interest rates that can help you with both, right? Or did you get a bank that applied and gave you 2 inquiries when you could have went somewhere and got 1 inquiry? That means you could have went to the bank and got double what you really supposed to have. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is, yes, you can go do your own funding, but most people don't really know what they're doing. Okay. And so when people get off the pride and really understand that you got an attorney when you're in trouble, you got a doctor when you need to go see somebody about your health, right? You got a dentist when you need to get something done with your teeth. So you need to come to somebody when you need to get something done with your credit. Well, that's me, right? So that's what I'm trying to get you guys to see. I put a lot of time, a lot of effort and really been around a lot of smart people in this industry. Put a lot of time in seminars and traveled the country and really dove into a lot of information of really trying to be the best that I can and be more knowledgeable every year and hopefully every quarter that I can be able to be more helpful to you. Okay, that's what this is all about, guys. And so can you do it yourself? Sure, you can. But this is a couple of things I want to tell you about funding. I get people all the time. I get people 100 grand. I get people 120 grand, right? So sometimes people don't understand about the liquidation. They don't understand about the liquidity. They don't know about leveraging credit cards. They don't know about what you need to have on your credit score to even get credit cards, right? Sometimes people go and they build their credit, and I've seen people all the time, Marvin, yeah, I'm going to charge you. Yeah, of course, that's a success fee. I don't charge unless if you don't get paid, I don't get paid, right? So my funding is easy. If I'm not successful, with what I'm doing, then that means that you don't have to pay me. Period. That's fair, right? Okay. So this is the thing that I like to tell people. People are like, well, Marvin, I got a 720 score. Can I just go? I can go. I don't need you. I can go. Okay, yeah, you sure can. And they go out there and they apply and they fall straight on their face, screw their credit up and everything. Because every time you go to a bank, guys, and apply for a credit card, it's a mark on your credit. And guess what? When you go and apply at Bank of America and they turn you down, guess what? When you go to Wells Fargo, guess what Wells Fargo knows? He was just over there at Bank of America trying to apply for a credit card. They're going to turn you down too. See what I'm saying? So you really need to know before you step out there in that deep waters about what you're trying to do, how much you're trying to seek in funding. Do you need a line of credit? Do you need a loan? A lot of people need more loans on their credit. Some people don't. Some people have a mortgage. Some people have car payments. Some people have enough leverage when it comes to loans, right, that they don't need to add any more loans. You see what I'm saying? It just depends on what it is, how the profile look, and what we need to do to get you to be more fundable. Everything is different. Sometimes people need to get a little bit more personal funding so they can be more credible towards the business side, right? Meaning max out your personal, not so many max out to be maxed out on a credit card that you don't have any money. I'm talking about being able to diversify your personal credit. So one, you can have revolving credit lines, right? Everybody wants to see that you can manage credit cards. I mean, you got to look at it from an underwriter's perspective. We call it the big White House on the hill. They want to see 2 or 3 credit cards that's under 30%. They want to see a loan. They want to see a car loan. They want to see you paying on a car for at least minimum 6 months, right? That's good stuff. They want to see you with a mortgage, right? You've been paying on a mortgage for a year, 6 months. Well, anything over 6 months is good, but a year, 2 or 3 more years or better is even better. That's a diversified file. That's what they want to see. They want to see you managing cars. They want to see you paying the car and the home. And then when you see stuff like that, guess what? Those are the people that can go out and they can open up a business, and with a PG status, meaning personal guarantor, they can go out and get $120,000. Not a problem, because over here, you imagine 120. So banks are like this. They follow the journey, guys. Oh, if this person over here is doing 120 on his personal side, well, hey, we don't have a problem with giving 120 on the business side, right? So, but you got to know it's a lot of gray areas that you need to know. Now, I'm going to go to a couple of things that I wrote down. Of the top 50 banks in the U.S., do you know how many of them that offer business credit cards? And do you know which ones underwrite and service them under which white label cards and other banks? And do you know why it's important to know that? Okay? Because sometimes, guys, you have different levels of cards, but they don't have the same strength. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the same cash value. Some of these guys, you don't have lines of credit that's attached to them, right? Sometimes people go out and they go get a line of credit and they go get a credit card, and there's 2 inquiries. Like they did 2 different things. I know we can go get a credit card that has a line of credit, 15 grand attached to the card. See what I'm saying? I know the credit unions, which credit bureau they're going to pull from, which ones are going to pull from Experian, which one is TransUnion. TransUnion is West Coast, Equifax is East Coast, and Experian is all the above. Well, they're the big boys now. But a lot of people don't know that. They don't know which banks to go to and pull from and which ones to leverage from top to bottom, right? You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to make this thing sound like I can go on and on, guys, but I'm just trying to break it down to the point that there is a time that you really need to go to people that can really look at your credit and really say, hey, look, this is what you need to do first. And that's all I do, guys. And because the thing is, when you win, I win. I had a guy today, big ups to Tory, man, up in the Raleigh area. We got this guy, six figures, man, and awesome guy. He sent me a testimonial. I think I put it up somewhere today, but it was just great because it's just sometimes you just click with people. He was already booming, and this just put him over the top. This guy's doing probably over $1 million, a year, So, but he was doing it on his office, a lot of office on stuff, but he was smart, intelligent, knew it. But I was just so happy to be a catalyst in that part of what he was doing with his business. And it's just a great bond. I love it. I love being able to help people, guys. I hope you guys see the passion, the vision, and the mindset that I have. But it's all about being creative these days. The traditional route is not working. The banks don't give about you, and you need to go into banks right now. And if you're not putting at least $100,000 to $200,000 in their banks, you're like a peasant to them. So you need to be able to go in there with a high. If you are a new member or you come into a new bank, you better go in there with a 700 credit score so they can treat you like somebody. Okay? So come talk to us first before you go out there and start trying to do your own thing. Okay? All right? It's all about other people's money. And I'm not talking about putting you in debt. I'm talking about leveraging who you are as a person and also leverage you as a business. And sometimes they're both of the same. Okay? Now, financial health, guys, of course, I talk about credit, but of course, guys, there's a lot of people out there doing great big things with insurance. You got to make sure your stuff is insured now. You got to make sure that you're corona proof, whether it be your business, whether it be your accounts receivable. People don't even know that. It's pretty much a lot of things that really can be taken care of, and you can do preventive maintenance when you go out here and start making decisions, guys. Okay, so we have wonderful people. I have a branch manager of a bank. I'm working with VPs all over. We know a lot of stuff that's going on with the real estate market now. I have a new business with that. Definitely when it comes to trade lines and being able to get your credit boost, we have that covered. But just how healthy. I want you guys to have healthy credit, man. Jay-Z was basically saying, man, this is the birth, this is that new money, guys. And it's going to be getting into people to that when they get into the digital aspect. But we got to get our guys on credit first, and really get it. And then when they get it, don't turn it into a hustle. It's a lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? Don't go out there and burn it up. Don't go out, because guys, listen, let me tell you something. I'm not telling you something that I haven't done. I hadn't always been this knowledgeable and smart about this stuff. But now I know I'm more wise, and I'm trying to give you guys so you don't have to follow my footsteps or anybody else that you've seen that fell on their face before. You see what I'm saying? So we're priding over here at Funding Hyphen Credit, guys, and put you in the right position so you can go out there and you can leverage your business, leverage your life, and go out there and live the life that you want to live. Okay? So with that being said, guys, this is the truth about what's going on right now. Right now, what's going on with this whole Donald Trump era and stuff like that, he's running this country like he's running the business, like he always has, guys. I don't get emotionally connected about what you like and what he said and blah, blah, blah. I don't get into that. That don't feed my pockets. I look at by design. Okay, if he's in charge, then this is what areas that's going to be opening up, and how can I take advantage of those areas? I don't pay attention to what's going on wrong. I pay attention to what's going on right, and every time it always do me right. Because I don't give energy to the things that don't feed me. Why? You can't do nothing about it, right? Yeah, you can go out there and vote. But I'm talking about right now. What are you going to be doing right now when your kids looking at you, or you're looking in your pockets, you're looking in your bank account? You need to see the gray areas that you can take advantage of and leverage your skill set and what you do. And what you do, that you incorporate yourself as a business and go out there and do what you do and run that money down. Do what you love to do, right? You see what I'm saying? And go out and make something that's going to make sense to veer you down the road. Yeah, you're going to hit some bumps in the road, but who doesn't? That's about creating anything. You got to figure it out, but it's all about who you know and who you put in your path so you can learn in that learning curve will be very short, guys. Maxing your opportunity, maxing your potential, getting your time back. Right? So again, guys, on Wednesdays, Meta Marvin, I teach a little bit of esoteric science, what we call sometimes spiritual economics. I challenge people's mindsets about how they can think about themselves and how they can think a little bit, start thinking big, and start understanding who they are. But then on Thursdays, I come right back and I start talking about this financial stuff that's in our face every day, guys. And you need to figure this thing out. But when you get it, you need to know what to do with it. Okay. So I'm working, guys. I'm putting my time in. A lot of people connect with me. A lot of people, you know, see things other ways, and I get it. You know, we ain't got to agree on everything. I'm cool. You know, and I can learn from it. I can learn from people too. I do it every day. I just brought on two, actually three other mentors in the last 3 months. You see what I'm saying? So don't get this thing twisted, guys. Remember, Wisdom Foundation. Look, right now you in my classroom, but best believe, Meta Marvin, I stay in a classroom, and I'm not the teacher. Okay? So it's all about who you're talking to and who you're listening to, right? So what we trying to do is we trying to bleed out all the stuff that people naysayers and all this stuff of, oh, you ain't gonna be able to do this, and you can't do, you do whatever you want to do. Okay. So it's a lot of big business time right now for everybody to get incorporated, guys. If you don't have an LLC, if you don't have yourself set up as a corporation, you're going to get the scraps. This country is set up to be, it's set up as a corporation. So how can you not, how do you think you're going to win playing as an individual? Now I get it. Everybody doesn't want to be an entrepreneur. Everybody doesn't want to do that. But at the end of the day, I'm talking about the people that cry and complain about working for somebody or not want to go into that job. Those are the ones that I'm talking to. Y'all know who I'm talking to. You know, right? So this is what's got to happen, guys. Let's start setting ourselves up as a business. Let's start hiring our kids as employees. Let's start taking advantage of these tax deductions, and let's being able to go out here and get ourselves acclimated to really what's going on out here in this financial world. Okay. This is a monetized society, and it's definitely a monetized country, right? And it's not going to change, right? Everything you turn on social media, everybody trying to sell something, right? Something, right? So you need to know where you are in that marketplace so you can value yourself and be able to put your product and services out there and do what you need to do. But this is your guy, Meta Marvin, man. I'm not going to talk too much on that. I love being able to pride myself. If y'all have any questions, I'll sit around and I'll give you a few seconds to definitely fit in. Have any questions or throw up there. I'm willing to answer anything that anybody have or, concerns or whatever. Right now, there are, there's a micro loans that's out there. I don't know. I know the EIDL is still out there, disaster loans, there's some things out there for business owners. So if you're interested in that, I definitely have an attorney that's been working on that tenaciously. Oh, big ups to Selby, doing a great job with that. Really helping a lot of people. Actually, he was on the show yesterday. But the banks are favorable right now, guys. Get your credit up. It's now Donald Trump put this thing out. There's really no doc funding. He brought that back. We hadn't had that in 8 years since Obama was in. We didn't have that. Back in the day, like 3 or 4 years ago, you had to come in with P&Ls. You had to have a 4506. They had to see your taxes. They wanted to see your whole business model. They wanted to see everything. They wanted to see even if you had business credit. Now, basically, all you have to do is just have good credit and a business. So there's really no excuses for you to go out here and really build by design and go out here and kill it right now. There is no excuses right now, guys. So this is Meta Marvin. I'm coming to you guys every Thursday. This is Funding-Credit. Hit us up, guys. We definitely have right now, a way that you guys want to make some passive income. We're definitely going to be setting some things out right now in the next week or two. Well, it's going to be going on forever, but I definitely got my guys out, and big up to E out in Las Vegas setting that thing up for me. It's beautiful. I love it. It's called Are You Fundable? Are You Fundable is basically wherever you at, we're going to get you fundable. Whether you got to get your credit clean, get your credit up, or put you in there that we can put you in a queue with some banks and get you matched up. And, we'd like to be able to make sure we're not messing people's credit up. like to look at doing a more of a soft pull. So that means that we can sort of look at your credit before we even, you know, you go to the car lot and they send your credit all over the place. We don't do that. You know, we match your credit up. We see which banks are more favorable that you're going to be able to acquire and be able to get funding from, and then we go after it that way and be more strategic with it, right? So with that being said, guys, come here. You know, get what you deserve. We're doing our work. There's a lot of other wonderful business out there, guys. But you know, I'm just trying to tell you, I'm pro entrepreneur. I'm pro go get your money, go get funding, think big. I love to see people happy and be able to be creative in their space. That's just where my energy is with this thing, guys. Okay. So like I told you, I told you I always have to say that. Feel good, do because when you feel good about yourself and you love what you're doing, guys, it's something about how things start showing up. I always tell people my definition of money and people know my own natural energy yield. Money. It's how I feel about what I'm doing. It's how I feel about myself. It's actually feel about the work that I'm doing. It actually feel about the service that I'm rendering, right? So it's all coming from me. So it's not the green stuff. We create the green stuff. It comes from us, right? Right? You put your time, energy, and sweat into what you do for money, right? But you could be doing anything to make money, right? So always understand where it's coming from. So, but it has to be on a frequency that connects with you. Here, right? And what's coming out of here and what you coming out of here, right? That's the thermostat, guys. That's what connects you with, you know, becoming a money magnet and really making you more valuable in whatever you're doing. It'll make it more smoother, and you know, and it'll give your kids a good example. I brought it up last night. I wanted to say this again. All the people out there that's parents right now, you're really giving hindsight. You're really giving, you know, an idea of your kids are being able to watch you. They're home now, right? So see, they're watching what you're doing with your time, right? You know, so you need to be anchoring into making sure they get their medicine, not so much of the medicine of health, but financial health, mental health. Give them something good to look at, make them learn, you know. And then believe me, guys, I'm all about the education, but give them something extra, guys. You know, pull up some stuff on YouTube that you know that can really get them understanding about what this world is really about. Because if not, it's going to be, it's going to hurt you later on. It's going to hurt your kids later on. So, guys, stay connected. Appreciate you guys supporting me. Again, I do have a link. Anybody that wants to make passive income with me, definitely hit me up. info@funding-credit.com. I'm giving referrals out. You know, people that need to get their credit fixed, I can send you some money. You know, some people that need trade lines, I can send you some money. You know, some people that need funding, I can send you some money. Okay. So it is a link. So email us, go to the Facebook, this is going across the screen, go to the website, hit me up on Facebook, whatever. And just say, hey, I'm interested in passive income, or just text passive to 980-892-1823, guys. Got people out here making hundreds of dollars with me every week. Okay. Just because they know somebody that needs help. As simple as that. Okay. So, guys, I'm sitting here enjoying my evening, always by design. I love my library. I love my books. And I love to come and be able to talk to you guys for 30, 40, give you a good spill on, you know, what's on my mind and how can we help each other. Because you can help me, I can help you. But I'm signing off. Peace. What you seeking is also seeking you. So think big. Peace.